Dann gehen wir ins Kaffeehaus drin, reden mit dir kurz. Vielleicht kann die uns noch weiterhelfen.
Begging your pardon, miss.
How can I help you, sir?
Ruby.
This friend of yours, Ruby, did she know an MP named Percival McDonough?
I'm not sure. Ruby knows a lot of men.
Is that so?
Mhm.
No, I don't mean... It's just... Oh, damn it all, me and my big mouth. She'll have my guts for garters now.
It's all right. No one's in trouble. But I think I'd like to speak with Ruby. Could you tell me where I can find her?
No. You see, she moves around quite a lot. Never in the same place for more than a night or two.
Right. I think she's given us a clear picture of what Ruby does for a living.
Yep.
Normally, I'd be all for pressing this girl more until she cracks, but I like it. I think we'll be able to find Ruby without causing her more discomfort.
Mhm.
Well, thank you for the information. You've been very helpful. I'll let you get back to work.
So.
Thank you, sir.
Ruby finde. Wenn man jemanden finden möchte, dann geht man doch dahin, wo viele Leute sind. Und das ist meistens... Zentrales Lampenlager? Nee. Brückenbaustelle. Tax und Korbach. Eisenhütte, das war die alte. Das war das. Das war das Ruin Kaffeehaus. Polizeirevier. Docks und Cascon.
No use bothering him again if you've got no...
Können wir die noch reden?
Keep up the good work, Mr. Hastings.
Okay, jetzt bringt uns hier nix. Brückenbaustelle. Homie?
I don't think there's any...
Okay. Ich wäre gerne noch in die Kneipe gegangen. Parlament, Polizeirevier. Oh, hier waren wir jetzt aber noch nicht.
Well, that doesn't look good.
Nee. Vorarbeiter, was ist denn hier passiert?
Excuse me, sir. Are you in charge here?
Unfortunately. Who are you? This area isn't open to the public.
I'm Miles Fordham, and I'm a private investigator looking into the murder of one of your workers.
A private investigator, eh? Then maybe you can help me out.
I'll do what I can, but I'll need to ask you some questions, Mr.
Mims. Sanford Mims. Go ahead, but make it snappy.
Make it snappy. Zack, zack, homie. Hannibal Crockland.
What can you tell me about Hannibal Kirkland? A former employee here?
Listen, I've got a lot on my mind right now.
I understand, but it's important to my investigation that you tell me what you know about him.
I'm sure it is, but as you can see, I've got a lot to deal with right now.
Well, he's no help. Maybe you can figure out a way to help him. Help us.
Mhm. Eisenwalds, okay, hier.
What happened to your iron mill?
What's it look like? The damn thing went and got blown up.
Was it in disrepair?
Of course not. All my machinery is sound. Checked and serviced regularly. This is the work of those goddamn Redites. I'm sure of it.
You read it?
What makes you certain the explosion was the Redites doing?
Take a look, boy. The whole mill got taken out. Even if this had been a mechanical failure, which it wasn't, the explosion would have been contained to a single part of the machine. This couldn't have been anything other than sabotage.
Have you had problems with the Redites before?
They've sent anonymous letters, but this is the first time they've actually carried out one of their threats.
Sabotage.
You're absolutely sure this was sabotage, then?
Yes. How many times have I got to tell you that? Listen, you said you were an investigator, right? So find out who did this to my machine. If you do, I'll help you out with whatever else you wanted to ask me about.
Looks like we haven't got much of a choice. He seems pretty upset about his machine.
Mhm.
I'll see what I can do.
Aufgabe notiert. Wird er nicht weniger. Gut, dann erstmal
I'll be
Gespräch
going
wenden.
now.
Be careful on your way out.
So, dann lass mal gucken.
Completely ruined. Whoever sabotaged this knew what they were doing. Complete...
Wir haben kurz einen Arbeiterbereich.
Hey, that area is for workers only.
My apologies.
This place sure is big. I wonder if they actually make anything useful. Completely ruined.
Karte. Dann brauchen wir erstmal Support. Zentrales Lampenlager, kann man reden, mal nichts raus, ne? Ingenieur, kann man da auch noch was quatschen?
May I ask you a few questions?
Of course!
Reddit?
With all these promises of technological advancement, have the Redites given you any trouble?
Oh, those tech-fearing dolts. Yes, I'm sorry to say that we've gotten threats from them. They have yet to carry any out, which is unsurprising.
How so?
Groups like that are all bluster and no backbone.
I've seen some evidence to the contrary.
Is that right? Well, we've seen little beyond threatening letters, and I intend to make sure it stays that way.
Do you have any of these letters I might have a look at?
Yes, I have one. I'll give it to you before you leave.
Thank you. Your cooperation is much appreciated.
Happy to help. Here's that letter you were asking about.
So, an die Ingenieure des Chaos und der Zerstörung. Ihr arbeitet im völligen Gegensatz zur natürlichen Ordnung der Dinge. Eure sogenannten Verbesserungen werden der Untergang unserer Gesellschaft sein. Wenn ihr eure unsäglichen Experimente nicht beendet, sind die Reddit gezwungen, aktiv zu werden. Lasst euch das eine Warnung sein. PF.
And that's interesting. Whoever wrote this letter signed it with initials. They can't have been so stupid as to make themselves so easily identifiable, can they?
Vielleicht. Lampenlager, Polizeirevier. Ne, wir gehen lieber von mit dem Quatscher. Können wir mit dir noch was reden?
Therein lies Upton's boot.
Zeitung. Ne, bringt uns auch nichts. Da können wir ja schon mal nichts machen. Wir könnten noch mal kurz hier hin. Können wir da noch was quatschen?
Mr. Mims?
Yes, what is...
I'll be going.
Ne, das bringt uns nichts. Wir gehen kurz ins Lampenlager und rede mit der. Man schaut uns nochmal ins Kaffeehaus.
Leave him to
Okay. Brückenbaustelle.
Excuse me, Gerard?
Yeah?
You read it.
Would you happen to know anything about the Redites?
I heard some of the other men talking about them, but I don't ask too many questions. Seems to me they just a bunch of angry and confused people with no other way to express themselves than lashing out. I admit I feel sorry for them.
You're not worried about Steam Tech putting you out of a job?
Nah. Machines can only do so much. You still need a man to make them work or to fix them when they're broke. I think them Redites are just making a big fuss over nothing.
Thank you, Gerard. I appreciate the information.
Not a problem, boss.
Huh, they seem to be making pretty decent progress. I wonder if it would be any fun to tie yourself to that thing and go for a few spins. Safe for only 25 men at once. I used to draw the line at 2.
Okay. Docs?
No use bothering him again if you've got nothing to ask about.
Oh, wenn's macht doch. Eins. Gut. Ich speichere mal kurz. Aber nicht viele Möglichkeiten gerade mehr. Wartet mal, halt, machen wir kurz anders. Karte.
Asleep? She's bit.
Kann ich nur noch mit.
No time to waste.
Da weiß ja auch nichts mehr. Da kann man eigentlich. Ja, jetzt wird es aber kompliziert.
Chief Snelling?
Yes, Fordham?
Reddit.
Have you got any information on the Redites?
The Redites? That ridiculous gang of troublemakers? Yes, I have some information. What's your interest in them?
A witness is refusing to speak with me unless I can figure out who sabotaged his iron mill.
I see. All I can offer is a list of names of known Redites along with their last known whereabouts. But I remind you that you only have until tomorrow afternoon before this indulgence expires, and I throw you in jail. This seems like a waste of time.
That's my decision to make.
Very well. I'll give you the list when you're ready to leave.
Wenn sie mich dann mal trollen.
I need to get back to my investigation.
Yes. Time is not on your side, Fordham. Here you are. This is the most recent list of known Redites.
Ich glaube immer noch, dass das ist. Reddit.
This is a lot of names. If we're going to track down this saboteur, it might be best to retire to a more tranquil environment. Fancy a trip back to Upton's?
Kann man machen. Upturn.
Right. This should be a quiet enough spot to concentrate on finding that saboteur. I just hope Upton doesn't mind you turning her parlor into your own personal study.
I'm sure she'll have no objection. Now, let's have a look at that list again.
Na, lass mal gucken. So, hier.
Think we can rule out Mr. Sullivan as a suspect. He's Western Vespucci's problem now.
Okay, Guy, McKee, PF, Penn Wilson, Maris Chapman, Payfer. Ah, da kann interessant sein. Gehen wir mal jeden durch.
Unless Mr. McKee has escaped from prison, which I highly doubt, he's not our man.
Paris Wilson.
Paris Wilson. Those initials don't match the ones on the letter. I don't think this is our suspect.
Marcus Chapman.
If dead men could cause explosions, let's just say things would be a lot different. This clearly isn't the right suspect.
Okay, dann hätten wir den Hammer. Das wird der richtige sein. Deswegen lesen wir erstmal Lucian Donaldson.
Lucian Donaldson. Those initials don't match the ones on the letter. I don't think this person is our suspect.
Aber er. Peyton Ferguson.
Peyton Ferguson. The initials match those on the letter we got at the Lamplight depot.
I'd say it's our best bet.
Gut. Wohnung. Dann kann man hier hin.
Well, well. Who's this lovely specimen?
Allow me to introduce Peyton Ferguson, known Redite and prime suspect in a sabotage at the Thorbomb Ironworks. I picked him up and brought him straight to you.
Ooh, a saboteur. Just leave him to me and I'll make him feel right at home.
Please find the Justice Killer soon, Miles. Being Giles' prisoner is not my idea of a good time.
Aha.
Right. I'll leave you to it then.
Okay. Wenn es jetzt das Richtige und so einfach war von mir aus. Das war ein bisschen doof, aber...
Mr. Mims, a word if you wouldn't mind?
Yes, what is it?
So, Sabotage.
I found the person responsible for sabotaging your iron mill.
Oh, yeah?
His name is Peyton Ferguson. He's currently at the Bow Street Jail.
Hey, not bad. I owe you one, Detective.
He certainly does.
So, Hannibal Kirkland.
What can you tell me about Hannibal Kirkland?
Good worker. Mostly kept to himself. Real shame what happened to him.
Kirklands Privatleben.
Do you know if anyone here disliked Kirkland?
Enough to want him dead? Nah. There's the occasional scrap, but everyone around here gets along for the most part. Like I said, he mostly kept to himself. Head down, didn't bother nobody.
Mhm.
Do you know what he did outside of work?
No idea. I only ever saw him here.
Kirklands
You
Arbeit.
said Kirkland was a good worker?
One of my best. I knew something was up when he didn't show up for a couple of days. Don't think he'd ever missed work before.
Did he have any personal effects he kept here, or an area where he worked?
He had a cabinet downstairs in the workers' changing area, just like everyone else. You can go take a look if you want, but I don't think the police found anything. Kirkland's cabinet is the third one from the left.
Okay. Justice
Are
Killer.
you familiar with the Justice Killer?
The who?
He's a serial murderer who's killed 5 men over the past 4 months.
Is that right? Never heard of him.
He may have killed one of your men. Weren't the police here asking about it?
Oh, is that what that was all about? I know they came poking around here a while back, but I was busy dealing with other things.
It's nice to see the lines of communication here are wide open.
Ja, leider nicht. So, noch über ihn kurz selbst, weil die Kommunikation funktioniert, aber sowas von gar nicht. Als die Polizei da, das ist, oh Gott, schmeiß weg.
How long have you been the foreman here?
Sometimes I think it's been too long. Things were so much easier before we got these machines. They keep saying they're supposed to improve our lives, but they've been nothing but trouble. I've already had 5 of my best men get mangled by some of them. And then there's these damn fools blowing things up.
Moment.
My hair wasn't this gray 5 years ago, you know.
Ja.
I swear one of these days, I'm just going to pack it all up and retire. Let someone else deal with these damn things.
Mhm.
I'll be going now.
Be careful on your way out.
So, dann können wir jetzt in den Arbeiterbereich gehen zumindest. Der dritte von links.
At least having a heater down here manages to keep things warm. I remember the changing rooms at the police station were always ice cold.
Aha. Schild. Was steht da? Geehrte Herren, bitte nicht mehr unter der Dusche rasieren. Die Putzfrau hat mir beinahe den Kopf abgerissen. Sie sagt, dass der Abfluss mit den ganzen Haaren nicht mehr klarkommt. Wims. Dritte von links.
Just another unmarked storage cabinet. Just another.
Gut, dann gehen wir, können wir da auch noch duschen.
Sounds like there's someone in there. If you weren't so bashful, I'd suggest joining in. You could certainly use it.
Gut, dritte von links, gucken wir uns mal an. Notizbuch. Aussage von Linda Walker, da ist ein Stück Papier. Verdächtige. Finn, Büro war eins so weiter untersuchen. Oh Gott. Ich habe keine Ahnung gerade. Da ist gar nicht lang da waren. Ja. Ja, ihr seht's gerade. Das durchzugehen ist nicht einfach. Die ganze Zahlenkombination. Ne? Oh mein Gott. Ich habe gerade echt keinen Plan mehr. Ich sag's wie es ist. Hatten wir einen Hinweis irgendwann mal? War so die ganz blöde Frage. Weil ansonsten müssen wir jetzt hier echt wirklich herkommen und das Ganze hier so durchklicken. Das wurde bis zu 2 durch. So, dann können wir jetzt mal hier auf 0 stellen wieder und weiterklicken. Way. Das war jetzt Case. Zum Glück sind es nur 3 Ziffern, sonst würde das Ganze hier richtig lang dauern. Hatten wir da irgendwas mal gefunden? B2, was in den Zimmer, wo, aber ansonsten? Wir können natürlich mal nachfragen, ob der weiß, welche Ziffer das war, aber 260 wäre das nächste. Wir gehen mal kurz raus.
Mr. Mims, a word?
Yes.
Sein Passwort?
Would you happen to know the combination to Hannibal Kirkland's cabinet?
No. Every worker sets their own combination, and I don't ask for it.
What happens if they were to forget it?
Well, I have them come up with some sort of personal reminder and keep those in a file.
And do you still have Kirkland's?
I'll give it to you as soon as we're done talking.
I'll be going now.
Be careful on your...
Okay.
There you go. You're...
See, I always told you I wasn't disorganized. Just preparing for the future.